One of the most important things that can be confusing when beginning in business is figuring out how you're going to grow revenue to reach your goal. One of the most interchangeable words used these days by business owners is the term startup. It's actually an important distinction because it points to the type of business model you're going to have. So are you a small business just starting out, or are you a startup just beginning? Let's get into this. The biggest difference between these two business models is how your product or service is produced. A traditional business, that is a small business, focuses on producing a product again and again. Let's say a cake shop. You might start your business baking the cakes yourself. Your product will take a certain amount of time to bake and then a certain amount of time to sell. Eventually, you run out of time in the day to bake more cakes. But if you want to create more revenue, the only way to do this is to increase the amount of people you hire to bake more cakes. This is how all traditional businesses are run, whether you are making cakes, fixing pipes, or running an entire factory. Even though you may have invented something completely new, your revenue is directly tied to the size of your labor force. Startups, on the other hand, are different in that to produce more products, you don't necessarily need to hire more labor. The amount of labor comes at the front end, and your revenue is directly tied to the number of customers you have. The common theme is time. Small business requires a time commitment every day. The more time you need determines the size of your labor force. Startups require a time commitment before the product is created. Once you are done, you can increase your customer base and your revenue as quickly as you like. I hope this clears up any questions you might have when creating your own business. If you have any further questions, be sure to comment below. Thanks for your time. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you next week. I'm out.